Yeah, like one of the I think one of the big problems with our society and like especially with guys in general, like especially us guys, we got to really pay attention about this is that we're not active enough, and simply by being more active, doing more walking, playing more sports, just being a more active human, like we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to sit on our butts all day. We're supposed to be out there doing stuff,
And
being
here
more
we
active.
are.
Exactly, sitting on our asses, like talking about fitness and whatever. I think we're supposed to be more active for sure. And then from a training aspect, I think you have some strength in pretty much every program, except for you can do muscle building programs with absolutely no strength, just work on tempos and time under tension and so forth. But even with fat loss, I think you keep power and strength in the training, and you add in some circuits and some finishers and some sprints and so forth. But it's just like kind of like an extension of a strength workout with more circuits added onto it or something.
Yeah. I like how you mentioned activity there, man, because that's something I've had to like kind of struggle with. I had a really bad knee injury a couple of years back. And before that, I was like really active. And before I got started in the fitness industry, I was doing construction, and then I'd get home and I'd work out for like an hour to an hour and a half every day. And people were like amazed at the fact that I could sit down and eat like 3 meals at a restaurant and just be like, okay, what's next? And stay lean. And it was like, the funny thing was back then, it was easy as hell for me to stay in that kind of like low teens, 12% body fat range. I could just stay there all the time, no problem. I was lugging wood and mixing concrete and then working out every single day. And then I got this knee injury. And I started working on the computer, and that's when I started. I started doing a lot more online stuff for my tangible business, and I moved into the online business. And now I find myself having to eat significantly less, really eat a lot cleaner, and I have to really focus on that because I'm not moving as much. And I think that's so powerful, man. I bought a treadmill desk kind of in the last year, and I've been walking on the treadmill while working. That's super powerful. It makes you feel so much better at the end of the day than if you're just, like you said, lying in bed or lying on the couch or whatever working. So that's so powerful. If you guys can get up and move around more throughout the day, it's just amazing what it feels like.
And we all, even with business, I work a ton when I'm at home, but being in Italy for 3 months, I don't want to be here and just sit inside and work on my computer all day. So I've really tried to focus on cutting my work hour days down to 4-hour work days. So it's like we say I get up at 5 or 6, it's till 10 a.m. when Italians all get up and going at 10 or 11. So I still get to see everything, but I'm more focused in my work, and if everyone's focused in their work, they can get everything done in 4 hours. What is it? People actually they did a test of the CEOs in America, and the actual work they spend doing is about 90 minutes a day or something like that.
That's crazy.
Like if we really focus on our work, and we go out and walk and play sports and ride our bike and just be more active, I think we're going to be so much more healthier instead of sitting on our butts all day, driving cars and doing this and that. And it has a big effect. Even I should be a fat ass right now, but I've been walking a lot, and my diet's been good here and there. I'm just looking at the food over there, but if I'm in a city and I've been in cities while I've been here and eating all the pasta I can get my hands on, but I've been walking a lot, and you really start to see the difference that walking makes. It's huge.
Do you think that might be like the secret to other cultures? Because I know that they don't have the obesity problems in Europe as they do in the United States, and I know that they supposedly, I'd hear that they walk around a lot more than they drive around. Do you think that's a part of it?
I think it is a part of it. You look at how American and Canadian cities are structured, and they're structured a city center and then suburbs. So everyone drives to the city and drives back, and we're a commuter culture, both Canada and America. And so we spend a lot of our times in our cars, but here everything's relatively close. If you don't drive, you're taking the train and you're commuting, but you're walking a lot more. They also eat. The Mediterranean diet's a bit different. They start the day off with sweets, and they end with like a meat or some pasta, but they have pretty much 2 meals a day. It's not like they don't eat as many meals as we do, and that's a big thing as well.
I wonder if everybody just cut 1 meal out in the United States, if we would just be a healthier nation.
Yeah, it would be huge. And walking, man, I can't first 3 days. I'm in decent shape. The first week I was here, I walked everywhere and I just crashed. I was just like toast. And I'm like, what a baby. Like there's grandmas passing me on the street. Like, and it's just insane, but it's my body's not used to walking. Like I'm used to the high intensity stuff. I'm used to lifting heavy weights and that kind of thing, but it's a real shock when you get into walking because it's humbling if you do it a lot over a long period over a short period of time. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more. I was on a hike in San Francisco the other day, and we were walking up it was a pretty steep hill, but I was just like really losing my wind on it, and I was like,
Yeah,
this is not. I was like, I can skip rope all day and kettlebell this and burpee
yeah,
that, you know. And I'm like, hill, whatever. But it's just the classic thing that Jack LaLanne said, man. You use it or you lose it. If you don't walk
exactly.
uphill, it's going to get hard to walk uphill. So
That's another good point. Is everyone asks what kind of training should you do or what kind of activity should you do? I think you should do everything.
right.
Like when I'm not in, I started sparring again a while ago, and I was just completely gassed getting back into the ring, even though I'd been doing sprints and really I was in really good shape. But again, yeah, it's like walking. If you don't do it, you're gonna be useless at it.
It's
So
all
just
so
do it.
specific.
If you have a if you have a chance to do something active, take that chance, no matter what it is. Most like a lot of people, they're on these programs, and it's good, but they want to stick to the program and nothing else. So they won't go play a sport, they won't go walk, they won't go, I don't know,
Right.
ride a bike with their
I feel
lady or
you.
whatever. So just be a little more loose with your training. Stick to the routine perfectly, but be active everywhere,
I tell
especially
people,
guys.
I try to create a difference in people's minds between like your workout and play. And like we
Yeah,
need to really get more play time, like riding a bike and going for walks and playing frisbee and like doing sports. That's kind of more play. That's not really,
yeah,
as long as it's not aggressively competitive or whatnot. That's not
yeah.
your workout. Your workout is there to make you stronger, more flexible, more resilient, and more conditioned, more efficient. Like that's what your workout is for. The rest is just to feed your soul. You know what I mean? Just the
Exactly.
thing that you love to do and stuff.
Yeah, your workout should break you down. Like you should feel some pain when you're working out. Like it should be a struggle, but play, yeah, like it's good for your body.
Absolutely,
And
man.
you can't train things that you would train in sports. You can't train reaction time. And even as guys or as girls, you too, like you need that kind of athleticism or functional strength or just to be a productive person in the real world. You like just to be better. You need that athleticism, and I think it's good to get out there and do sports and do whatever for sure.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're almost done with this call. I got two more questions for you. One was just, you think you could give us just one more, like, kind of maybe unique or not well known tip to enhance testosterone? Something we should avoid in our environment or something we should do every day? Well, I don't know. Anything come to the top of your head?
Anything come to the top of my head? Supplement wise, it's zinc and vitamin D are probably the two most important supplements
Interesting.
because vitamin D there's testosterone, there's free testosterone. Most testosterone is bound to a protein, and what a lot of doctors, researchers, whatever think is that free testosterone is the only one that matters because that's the only testosterone that's allowed to free to go through your body and repair tissue and do what
Right.
testosterone is supposed to do. So vitamin D, which we don't get enough of from the sun, we're inside almost all day. But even if we were outside, we wouldn't get enough from the sun. So a high quality vitamin D supplement is very important to free up your testosterone and make sure it's working in your body. And then zinc blocks aromatase, which is a precursor to estrogen. So guys should be taking zinc, and there's a lot of guys that are very zinc deficient. So you don't want to take too much zinc because it is toxic, but you want to find out what your levels are and then supplement depending where your levels are. But usually like 15 milligrams a day is good enough for zinc.
That's fantastic, man. That's a really good tip, and I think people who are listening to this, sometimes people hear somebody recommend supplements, but you just recommended two like extremely affordable supplements, and like
Oh,
vitamin D for like $10, you'll have like a year's supply of vitamin D. So really,
yeah,
you guys can go to any health food store and check that stuff out. And another thing you mentioned too was it's a good idea to get your vitamin D and your zinc levels checked so that you
yeah.
know where how much you should be taking and how much you should when you should stop taking too much and so on and so forth.
The thing about vitamin D is you go to a doctor and they'll say, oh, I'll take 1,000 milligram or 1,000 IUs of vitamin D a day, but 1,000 IUs, from all the research I've done, doesn't cut it. We're talking like
Yeah, 30,000.
6,000. Like, yeah, we need like a lot more than what the regular health professionals will tell us. So yeah, by all means, get the D checked, but take a little bit more D. Zinc, don't go overboard with the zinc. But if you have deficient levels, get on that. And
Awesome.
almost all guys have deficient levels or need to supplement with zinc.
Awesome, man. Well, cool. I got one more question I ask all of the people on my interviews here, Chad, and that is, you're in Italy right now. You're working 4 hours a day. You've got a great online business. You just launched this new book. It's becoming a hit real fast. What's your secret to success, my man?
Oh, what's the secret to success? Holy crap!
Taking 3 month vacations.
Yeah. No, traveling I've really done, man. It's out of character for me, which is why it was good. Secret to success is get up early and get the most important thing you can do done immediately before you go to check Facebook or Google your email or whatever. Before you search the internet, get the most important thing done for your work or for whatever you're doing in life. Get that done and out of the way, and then you can focus on whatever you want the rest of the day and doing the tedious stuff that doesn't really take a ton of brain power.
Wow, man.
So,
I'll be honest and tell you that that's something I really need to be working on, because I'm like checking my emails first thing in the morning to make sure the train's still rolling, and I need to quit doing that.
It's a battle, man. If you just cut out the email, what I found, if I just cut out the email and leave it for the evening, or because you don't need a ton of energy to answer emails.
Sure.
We know most of the stuff we're answering. So if you just switch the time that you answer email, it's done wonders for me.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But
I'm going to do that today. I'm taking calls today, and then right after this, I was going to check my emails, but now I'm going to do the project that I had set to do today first, and then I'll check my emails. So
nice.
Cool, man. All right, Chad, thank you so much for your time, brother. I'll post a link to the Man Diet below the show if you guys want to check out the Man Diet, boost your testosterone naturally. Click the link and check it out. Otherwise, man, really appreciate you being on the call.
Thank you. Appreciate it.